A threat puts extra patrols at a Brevard County school, and it all started on social media.
No one has seen inside this thing until now. One of the things that's really striking being up here is you can see huge gators.
All right, start picking out your Maserati. Powerball players, it's your biggest chance in months. No one hit it big over the weekend, not even Lisa Bell.
So if I can show you some data that proves.
Bring the bulk of the data.
Now, if only there were a place you could go to somehow find this mountain of numbers, like maybe Google? How about a study from the American Journal of Public Health?
Only spent about 3.5 hours deliberating yesterday. Some people wondering why the holdup.
I do a pigtail that will bring a tear to your eye. President Trump comes to Orlando, what he said and did during his visit to a private school in Pine Hills, and the protesters who were there to boo him. And I'm at Austin. The shooting deaths have left a neighborhood shaken, to say the least. What he said right there is absolutely false. This is the most powerful man in Florida's House of Representatives, and in his answer, he appears to be ignorant of the laws in which you pay him to govern over. I have called a local police chief. I have looked over this law myself. I can confirm you cannot be pulled over for distracted driving in a school zone or anywhere else. I can clearly remember being in school and saying to myself, I'm never going to use this stuff in real life.
And water skiing down the streets.
It's all fun until you get ringworm, folks.
Yeah, just not a good.
You don't want to get that water in your mouth.
Yeah, and that is the quote of the day.
New at 11 now, a second sneak attack at a local McDonald's. Last month we showed you this video showing a guy with a gun sneaking up behind a car, then robbing a clerk at the drive-thru. Same exact attack happened this morning. Jennifer Ortega is live outside the McDonald's on Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. So Jen, do police think this is the same guy or a copycat?
A creepy twist after a man breaks into a Florida home.
Police say the burglar decided to make himself real comfortable in bed and lay next to the home.
Oh my.
Officers in Alachua arrested this guy, Jarrell Richardson. How'd you like to wake up to that? They say
Maybe he was
opened
sleepy.
opened a neighbor's bedroom window.
Oh.
Snuck into bed. He ran off and the homeowner woke up screaming. Police found him a short time later. Richardson faces a felony burglary charge. Deputies need your help finding a wooden silhouette of Bigfoot. Yes, Bigfoot. Marion County deputies say the 9-foot-tall wooden piece was taken from a yard in the Lake Tropicana area. And I never thought I would get to say this on TV, but if you have a Bigfoot sighting, we need you to call police.
But he also ripped out some of the victim's hair.
Ooh.
Ramsey later told officers he was on acid. He's been charged with burglary and aggravated battery. The victim is recovering.
What's worse than getting beat up? Getting beat up by a naked guy.
He's technically naked because he's up to something while he's wearing no clothes.
At least he had a shirt on in the mugshot. Good news for higher education in the Sunshine State. U.S. News and World Report ranks Florida the best state to go to college in. Florida finished just ahead of Utah for the top spot. California was 3. How do you like us now, California? Well, what you gonna do, brother?
Oh, there you go.
When Hulkamania runs wild on iDrive.
What is wrong with you?
I'm not tearing my shirt like he used to. Pro wrestler, I'm getting fired up. It's getting steamy in here. Pro wrestling icon Hulk Hogan is set to open a beach shop right here in Orlando, in case you couldn't get that. Anyway, the Hulkster plans to offer wrestling memorabilia along with souvenirs, photo ops, a lot of beach clothing that can quickly be torn off.
In the sea of tuxedos, just look for a penguin sporting a SeaWorld wetsuit. Park workers custom designed it for this penguin. She's fighting feather loss.
You know what it looks like? It looks like a little beer koozie for a penguin. Like they cut 2 little holes in the sides. There you go, little guy.
Oh my God, it does.
I couldn't stop thinking it. Sorry. In 1969, the Apollo 12 mission launched from KSC. Seconds into flight, the rocket got hit by lightning, not once, but twice. This launch led to a scientific breakthrough. Turns out the rocket didn't randomly get struck. It actually caused the lightning. So now scientists at UF are using this same scenario to catch bolts and study them. New at 11, I joined these scientists to find out how these experiments are getting results for you.
If you drive through the tiny town of Starkville, over the train tracks, and make a left on Lightning Strike Road.
So this is where the magic happens.
Yeah. This is where the rockets are fired.
You'll find an otherworldly contraption, a 6-barreled rocket launcher.
People email us all the time asking us how they can do this in their backyard.
They do not.
They do, because they want to do it to their neighbor.
But this launcher doesn't aim for bad guys or neighbors.
3, 2, 1, fire.
Its target? Lightning.
Oh, yeah.
And 50% of the time, these researchers from UF hit it.
You tell it where to go,
We tell it where to go.
when to go there,
Yeah.
and then you study
And we
every
can
aspect.
make any measurements on it we want.
Dr. Martin Newman has been triggering lightning here on Camp Blanding Military Base for nearly 20 years.
This place was built from scratch in 1996.
Scientists here at the International Center for Lightning Research use rockets attached to long spools of wire
This is 32 gauge copper wrapped in Kevlar.
to measure every aspect of a strike. Here's how it works. High-speed cameras catch a lightning strike. It funnels down these tubes through this braided wire into a steel box, then into the ground. A half-second lightning strike
Whoa.
pumps 50 gigabytes of information through these fiber optic wires into this launch trailer.
There's not like a kit you buy for this.
No, there's no kit. Yeah, go to Radio Shack. Ask her for the lightning initiation kit.
The information learned in these experiments has had a huge
Here
impact.
we have a house here that we struck to test the lightning protection of the house. And
Lightning standards have been created for houses, planes, and oil pipelines.
we do these things in millionths of a second frames.
They've learned lightning emits X-rays.
There it is.
And through still pictures like this, scientists have learned the biology of a bolt. As for the future, the goals are straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Maybe one day control thunderstorms, control lightning.
One day control thunderstorms?
Sure.
That, you think that's a possibility?
Eventually, yeah.
Like how many years down the road?
Eventually, we're going to control everything. Oh, I don't know, 30, 40.
So if you thought catching lightning in a bottle was impossible, here it happens 30 times a summer.
Come on,
Really
that's crazy
cool,
stuff,
yeah.
right? Now, some people have asked me if they can get lightning to strike where they want. Can they harness that power and then maybe
Right.
use it to power things that we use? Well, it turns out they can actually do this already, but lightning is such a short burst of power, and if you harness it, I was really surprised to hear this, you could only power one 60-watt bulb for 2 weeks, Dr. Human tells me, so it would actually take thousands of strikes to power a house.
Which is shocking. You'd think because they're so powerful, it would just take one.
Yeah, you would think you could power a city for a week or something with one bolt, but apparently that's just not the case.
Really